This is Dwayne, a 2014 Rockwood A122S A-Frame camper, and we bought it in December 2020, and we drove down to Maryland from our home in Pennsylvania to go purchase it. And so this is the door side, and so next I'm going to take you around to the service side where I'll have some video for you to show you what the features are, and then we'll pop onto the inside where you can see how I've started to organize things and be looking for your suggestions of things I can do to organize it better. And this is the services side, where you can see where our 30 amps plugged in, and actually we are, there it is, we are mooch docking at home, and so we've actually got it hooked into one of our outside outlets, which probably can't be more than like 15-20 amps. So we're only running one thing at a time in there. There's the furnace slash hot water, or excuse me, that's the hot water heater cover, and there's the furnace vent outlet. Whoop, right there. I gotta get some mesh to go over that because the bees do like that thing. We had a mud dauber and a paper wasp, both take up residence in there, and so we've got to get a cover for that. So we can see here it's in really good shape. This is a 2014, and I'll take you around to the other side. Try to move smoothly here because I know I get a headache when people jerk around too much. Dual propane tanks with automatic switchover, and we bought a new cover for that. I got this cover on Amazon. I believe it was Amazon. I'll have to check and be sure. I'll put a link down below. And we're gonna have to work over these bubble windows. They have taped them down and sealed them up real good. I know they're notorious for leaking. We are gonna have to get some polish. I think we're gonna try Meguiar's to shine them up and see if we can get them to be transparent again. See, it's popped up, and so there's our beautiful camper. And so right here, I'm taking a lot of advice from some great YouTube channels. And so this rack here, I bought at Lowe's, and it's actually a 3-tier rack, and I only use 2 tiers so that the stove can open up. The 2014 model has a Suburban propane stove. That's a toaster oven I picked up for about 20 bucks at Walmart. Oh, you can see I got the rack in there crooked. There's a Dometic 3-way fridge. I had the camper plugged in, mooch docking in our own backyard. But the Dometic's running off of propane right now. And so we're checking it out to see that it works. Of course, we have our little sink there. We haven't de-winterized yet. In central Pennsylvania, you don't de-winterize until mid-April. To be for sure that things don't freeze up good and solid. And then I put my dishes and things there to see how everything fits. I'm still kind of, juggling around with that. I also got this rack over here at Lowe's. And so a little stainless steel kind of expandable shelf rack. I was going to take the other shelf from this 3-tier rack and put legs on it to put over here, but it's too wide. I only had 21 inches to mess with over here, and that rack is about 24 inches across from one leg to the other. That's why it fits across the stove, 23-inch stove. And so our teenage son, when he's along with us, he's a high schooler, is going to sleep on the drop-down dinette. Let me step up in here in a way that doesn't make you seasick. We actually took out, it had one of the heated mattresses that Rockwood makes to put in here, and we actually took it out. It was beyond use. It had been well used, and so, but it was beyond use. So we bought a memory foam mattress at Big Lots, and it was pretty cheap. Oh, it was what, around 200 bucks for an 8-inch memory foam mattress. And it's pretty good. We haven't slept on it yet, so I can't vouch for it that way. But we bought a full size, and these campers actually have an XL full. So they're the width of a full-size bed, but lengthwise, they're the length of a queen-size bed. So we've got a little gap down here at the bottom. And my husband is about 6 feet tall, and he's one of those people that does sleep stretched out. And so we decided to leave that gap, and we'll see what happens on our first trip. We're going on in 2 weeks from yesterday, we're going on our first shakedown tour. And so we'll see how that works out. I did get this cute quilt that's got like a camping cabin-y kind of theme from, I bought it off of Amazon, and it wasn't too expensive. It came with a couple pillow shams that I haven't put on there yet. And then I bought some t-shirt sheets from Walmart. And then we did encase the mattress in one of those mattress encasements that keeps allergens down, so dust mites and stuff don't move into it. The microwave's here, it works. We do have it plugged into a 15 amp circuit through our outside power cord, so we can run one thing at a time. And then yesterday we tried out the Dometic heat pump slash air conditioner. We tried out the heat pump part of it. It worked beautifully. It was about in the upper 50s yesterday when we tried it out, and it really pumped out the heat and made it nice and toasty in here. And then we also have the Suburban propane furnace over here, and then the Suburban hot water heaters down here underneath this bench here. And we tried out the furnace last week. It'll blast you out of this thing if you need to use that one. So, and then the carbon monoxide detector and the propane detector are under there. And then all my dishware, except for the pots and pans, fit into this tub for stowage when we're on the road. And then this rack is going to come down here and lay on top of the dinette, with the dinette will be folded down for travel days. And so the rack here will come out. We've also, we've listened to a lot of videos, and so we thank everybody out there who's made these videos. So I actually bought a couple of Lucy lights. These things are really nice, and they're not super expensive. And they give out a nice ambient light when you don't want to have the big glaring lights that come with this one. We do have some tungsten bulbs in there. They're 12-volt tungsten bulbs. They do run off the battery, but we're going to replace those with some LED bulbs for a little bit more energy conscious kind of a way to go. And then down here in the cabinet, I put some no-slip liner down there. And so I've got some stuff down there that's unbreakable that can travel down there. And so we'll see how this works out on our shakedown weekend. Of course, I'm going to have to pack all this away to travel. And we'll be going to a local campground, of course, so that should we need something, we can be able to hop right out and purchase it. Oh, you can see I got my silverware in a basket. And so we're going to see how that works out. Of course, that's going to come down for camping too. All right.